Hi everyone, welcome to my first video that isn't exactly me skiing, but will actually be something used to improve my skiing. My name is Max, hence the name Max.Skiing, and this is my first time doing a voiceover, so bear with me while I figure everything out. First I have to prep my workspace by picking up all the dog crap, and then I can start digging. My goal going into this was to dig 2 holes for my 8-foot 4x4s for the ramp. I wanted to dig these holes as deep as possible because I didn't want to use concrete. I spent around 3 hours digging 2.5-foot holes, while also having to remove around 300-pound rocks from them. Here you can see me putting in the first 4x4. I used a level to make sure it was straight, and then I filled in the loose dirt back into the hole. Every little bit I stopped and then compacted the dirt with my foot. This is a great time to say that I am not a professional. I basically had no clue what I was doing the whole time, with a little bit of clue what I was doing, but I don't advise doing any of this without the proper research. You can see it's a lot darker in the video now. I went inside, took a little break. I was getting pretty tired. But I went back outside and I was determined to get the other 4x4 into its hole. Here you can see me fastening a 2x4 that's around 32 inches long to the 4x4 posts. Next up, I'm cutting the 4x4s flush with the 2x4. This will make the surface flat so I can then put a platform on top of it. I had my drill when I was cutting to the deepest it could possibly cut, and it still didn't get the full 4x4, so I had to go around all 4 sides to cut it. I also used a chisel to make any uneven surfaces flat. I did this on the other side as well. Next up, I'm attaching a 2x4 to the posts and the other 2x4. It reaches probably about the width of the retaining wall. Now you can see me cut in one of the scrap pieces of the 4x4 posts. This is going to be used as a cross support. Unfortunately, I forgot to record myself attaching it, but I just put 4, 2 on each side, 5-inch screws, and secure. Wasn't going anywhere. Next up, I'm in my garage and I'm building the main ramp. So I start off by making 2 angled cuts. These are 8-foot long 2x4s. They're going to be running on the sides of the plywood. This will help give the plywood ramp some more stability. I then cut out some cross supports so it doesn't bow in the middle. Everything's fastened by 3-inch screws. After I had the ramp all built, me and my friend Caden, shout out Caden, brought it down to the backyard to install it. I held it in with 2 5-inch screws that were pre-drilled, and it was just like sort of a temporary way to keep it secure. Next up, I added some scrap wood to the side to properly secure the ramp in. I used 2 5-inch screws on each side and then 2 3-inch screws on each side. After testing it out with a little kick test, thing didn't budge at all, but it's always awesome to add more stability. So I added some 2x4s that were 8-foot long. They overhang a little, don't worry about it, doesn't matter. It's too lazy to cut them. I secured them with 5-inch screws going into pre-drilled holes. Next up, I'm cutting some cross supports. The first one isn't really used as support, it's more of to fill a gap, so I only secured it with 2 screws. But the rest of them I secured with 4 5-inch screws, and they're very sturdy. They don't move, they don't wiggle at all. It's very, very sturdy. Next up, I'm cutting my scrap piece of plywood. This was cut from the main ramp at Home Depot. I didn't make this cut, so that's why it's so straight. I make this cut. This piece is 32 inches wide. I use 3 pieces to cover the platform. With the first piece, there is around 1 inch of a bump. I like that for just design purposes. Not really a main reason why I put it there. Everything is attached by 3-inch screws going into a pre-drilled hole. Right here you can see me add in some extension 2x4s. This just makes it so the platform is more supported under more of the ground than the retaining wall because it's made out of these loose rocks that could fall. And the 2x4 on the right side, I need to cut out a kind of notch because I was too lazy to move a rock in the way, but it turned out well. Yes, I'm digging again, but here you'll see me digging some dirt, and this time I put it in a wheelbarrow so I can transport it, and then I backfill the hole with the 100-pound rocks that I dug out earlier in the video. Then that dirt is used to fill in the area at the top of the platform. Laying down the turf was relatively easy. I just used a stapled gun that I bought off of Amazon for like $10, and the turf was staying pretty well. Here I tried hammering some stakes into the ground to hold the turf down, but the ground was already frozen at this point, so it was basically useless. I did get one or two in the ground, but eventually they came out, so it wasn't worth it. The wind blew up the turf, and then I had to put some rocks over it. As you can see, shortly after I installed the turf, it actually snowed around 2 inches. So I saw this as a great opportunity to, set up my park build. You can see here my dog running like crazy in the background while I remove some rocks that were holding down the turf. I started by softening the transition from the ramp to the ground. This will help me keep my speed. I then started to form a mini jump. This I feel like I could maybe 360 off of if I really felt confident. And then next to it I built a little pathway for me to ski on to then hop onto a rail that you'll see me later build. At this point in editing this, CapCut got banned, so it's not letting me put any of my non-copyrighted terrible music in. So you're gonna have to just watch in silence. But anyway, right here I'm waxing the rail. These clips were from a little bit after the original build of the park, so my dog had some time to run around and mess it up and even pee on it. So I had to fix that, and then also some snow melted, so I was just filling in some gaps. Nothing too special though. Now that my whole setup is fixed back to what it was before, I'm going to test it out. Now, I do say I did not do that well sliding them. I was still getting used to them, so I had a little bit of an excuse. Alright. That did not go as planned. You know, just looking back at the transition from my ramp being there and not being there, it's just really cool. And I hope this ramp helps improve my skills because looking back on those videos, I think I definitely need a little bit more practice. But thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Yippee yap. And a new video will be coming out soon of me trying snowboarding for technically my first time in 2 years. It was only my second time, but you could say it's my first. You get the point. But thanks. See ya.